everyone, I'm Clem and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tag, and the tag I'll be doing is the Spring as Sprung book tag. It was created by the Naughty Librarian. I'm going to link a channel down below, so go check it out after you've seen my video. And also I will put the video of Muggle Glamour because I saw this tag on her channel and I wanted to do it because it was so fun. I can still make this tag because it's still spring, like it will be summer in like a few weeks, but it's still spring, so I can do it now. First question is flowers. All the flowers we remember are blooming again. Pick a book that's a fresh take on retelling. For this I'm going to pick actually two books, and it is My Lady Jane and My Play Jane by the Lady Janeys, so Cynthia Hand, Brodie Ashton and Jodie Meadows. These books are from the same series, but like there's no connection between the two of them. And basically it's a retelling of, in this one, the story of Lady Jane Grey, who was the queen who reigned the shortest in England. And this is a retelling of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And these are retellings that are amazing because first they are really funny. I really loved while doing these books, and there are retellings like not the one I'm used to read, because I read all the Lunar Chronicles, then I read a lot of retellings like for instance of Pride and Prejudice, but these one are really amazing. In this one there is a lot of things about people changing into animals, and in this one there's actually ghosts, and it's really interesting. I love it so much. If you haven't read them, go read them because they're just so amazing, and I feel like we're not talking about them enough, but I love them so much. 2. Cadbury Mini Eggs. Obviously the superior springtime candy of choice. Pick a book that you consider to be a sweet treat. I'm going to pick a recent read, and it's Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McKinston. So it's a love story between Alex, who is the first son of the President of the United States, and Prince Henry, who is a Prince of England. And basically at the beginning they hate each other, but like a lot, like they can't stand each other. But one day they meet, and a huge scandal is happening between the two of them. Like a lot of people think that they hate each other and everything, so they have to fake the fact that they are best friends, and in the end they are going to realize that actually they love each other. And the whole book is about them like discovering their feelings, but also discovering the fact that they're gay and dealing with their homosexuality or bisexuality, or at least their new sexuality, but also dealing with their families and the fact that them being homosexual and together could impact both the United States and the president, because it's a re-election, but also the Queen of England and all the royal family and everything. So it was really amazing, it was really sweet, I really enjoyed it. I listened to it on Scribe, so it was perfect. It was just so cute. 3. Allergies. Seasonal allergies often make your eyes water. Pick a book that made you cry. I haven't cried in a while while reading a book, but I'm going to pick a book that I think I would have cried if I had like read it, and it's Soul to the Sea by Rita Spetis, but I listened to it on Scribe, and so I was really into it, but I don't know, I feel like I could have cried if I had read it on paper. I don't know why, don't ask me why, it's just a feeling I've got, because if you've read it you know that it's really sad. It's an historical fiction about a group of people who comes together like without really meaning to, and they are on this boat during the Second World War. They are all like they could potentially be killed by Germans or Russians, and so they are all on this boat because it's their only way for them to get away from Russia and to be protected from Russians and Germans. But it's just so sad because it's inspired by real events that happened in real life, like during the Second World War, and it's really sad. And I don't know, like I'm not a crying person, like I don't cry often, but I feel like I could have cried in front of this one, like reading this one. I think there is a movie and I think I'm going to cry in front of the movie, but yeah, I haven't cried in a while, but I think this one is the closest I got from crying. 4 is spring cleaning. Out with the old, in with the new. Pick a book to unhaul. I unhauled a lot of books recently, so most of the books on my shelves are actually books I want to keep. But I'm still trying to find something I could unhaul. I'm going to go with Dracula by Bram Stoker because I read it twice. I listened to it in French with my family first because I wanted to read it because it's a classic. And 2 years ago I had to study it again for one of my class, like I had an essay to make on it, and it was just awful for me because I don't like this story. Like, it was, the first time I read it, it was really disappointing for me because I thought it was going to be way more scared and that it was going to be like a horror movie, and it wasn't, and so it was a huge letdown for me because I was bored most of the time. The beginning is so slow, my gosh, nothing is happening, and even when Dracula is here and is hunting Lucy, you're like, come on dude, like could you be more scary please? But I think like at the time when it came out, it was really scary for people because they didn't know anything about the vampire, and it was the first vampire story, and it was what made vampires popular. And I think it's also because now we have a lot of stories about vampires, and vampires aren't that scary, but I thought that was going to be like more interesting and more scary, or at least more intense, you know. I wanted scenes of action, scenes of tension, scenes of him like lurking into his shadows and waiting to kill someone, but it wasn't that, and so it was a huge letdown. So I think I could unhaul it, but I want to keep it because it's a classic and I have my classic collections here, and yeah, it's actually a lot, it's wrecked, so I can't like sell it or anything, but yeah, I'm keeping it. 5 is Spring Break. It's the perfect time for an adventure. Pick a book involving a road trip. For this I went with the most obvious book on my shelves, and it's Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I haven't read this, but I know it's about a road trip. I think like the girl has to go on a road trip, but then her ex or someone she hates has to go with her. I don't really remember. Okay, no, actually they don't hate each other, but they don't know each other, so love story, you know. But yeah, I just know that there is a road trip on it. Yeah, so it works. Question 6. Mating season. It's that time of year in the animal kingdom to make some babies. Pick a book with some smutty delights. I don't read a lot of books with smutty delights in it because I haven't read The Throne of Glass after Air of Fire, and I know that after Air of Fire there are a lot of sex scenes in it. And I haven't read Court of Mist and Fury and the one after. I just read the first one, and I know that in the second one there's a lot of steamy scenes, but I haven't read it. So I think the last book I read with smutty delights was Red, White and Royal Blue, because some of the sex scenes are really like there and really explicit in a way. So I think it's the closest I've got. Like, yeah, I'm going to go with this book. I know I pick it twice, but what do you want? 7. Rainbows. I just feel like spring is made of freaking rainbows. Pick a book featuring an LGBTQ characters. I picked Magnus Chase, the Magnus Chase trilogy by Rick Riordan. And in here we have Magnus Chase, who I think is bisexual. I don't know if it's really what it is, but I think it's bisexual. But more importantly, we have Alex Fierro, and Alex Fierro is, I don't want to say something dumb, gender fluid. I think it's what it is. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry if it's not really what it is. But they doesn't identify themselves as a girl or a boy. Sometimes she wants to be called, to be seen like a girl, and some of the times she wants to be not to be seen, but she considers herself as a girl, and some of the times he considers himself as a boy. So yeah, and it was really interesting to read about a character like that, because I never read about a gender fluid or non-binary person. I think it's the same. I'm really, again, sorry if it's not. But because you, like Magnus, is new to this too, and so at the same time he discovered what it is and what it means for Alex to be like, to see himself like that and to be like that, because it's who he is or who they are. And you discover it yourself. Like, he has a conversation with Alex and he tries to understand what it means, like, for them. And it was really interesting because it was done in a way that I think wasn't offensive and was just really enlightening on what it means for people like Alex to be like that, like how they want to be seen, and how one day Alex is going to be a girl and how the next day is going to be a guy. So I really enjoyed that, and I would like to know more about the LGBTQ community, because as you can see, I'm really a novice in this. So yeah, I think reading is a good way to enlighten me on this subject. 8. Spring Awakening. This is one of my all-time favorite musical, even though it's filled with completely dysfunctional characters. Pick a book that's also filled with completely dysfunctional characters. I'm going to go with Red Queen, because Maya Barrow is a bitch and I don't like her, and she's really not that good. And also, what's it, Maven? Is it the guy? Like, also problematic dude. And I don't know, a lot of characters aren't just that great in this book, and I'm sorry if you like it, but I didn't like it at all. Like, it was boring. I didn't read the last book, Warstorm, was it? I didn't read it because I was not interested in it. Like, after King's Cage, it was the third one, I said, no, stop, I haven't read King's Cage actually. I read like maybe 2 chapters in it and then I said, not going to happen. So I read Glassword. Did I read King's Cage? Did I read it? I forgot. What's happening in it? No, I think I read Glassword, because at the end she is captured by Maven. Oh. Wait, the last thing I read from this series was Carl being king again and Maven got killed. So this is... Oh, I don't remember. You see, this series wasn't really great because I have no memories of it. So yeah, a lot of dysfunctional characters and not a great story. Sorry, it's my opinion and it's not going to change. 9. In like a lion, out like a lamb. Pick a book series that didn't get better as it progressed. Just go watch the previous answer because it's going to be the same. Red Queen. Good at the first one was good. I liked what it was telling. I liked the premise of it. I like everything that was involved, like the fact that you had red blood and silver blood and all the powers and everything. It was really interesting and I wanted it to be good. The second one was meh. The third one, if I read it, was... I don't know, because I don't remember if I read it or not. So yeah, you can see that it went like this. And last but not least, 10. Fun in the Sun, Tag Some Friends. So I think a lot of people have already done this tag, and I feel like most of my friends did it, if I can call them my friends. Still, I'm going to tag some other friends, and I hope we're friends. So I'm going to tag Jordan at over at Lost the Reader. I'm also going to tag Tiffany other at Tiffany's Book Nook. I'm also going to tag Mary over at the name of her channel, just I have a blank, wait, it's with Cinnamon Please. I just discovered her channel. I found her so cute and she's so nice on Twitter. I love this person, like she's just an angel. And one of my most recent friend, or I mean like we just on the same group on Twitter and we talk, and it's Brooke and her channel is Brooke and Books. So yeah, that's all the person I'm going to tag. I hope you haven't done it, do it, it's really fun, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, you too. If you did, don't forget to like this video and also to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already subscribed. Tell me in the comments down below what is your favorite season and what is the book that is like make you feel like spring in a way. I don't know if it's clear, but like a book you read in spring because for you it has a spring mood to it. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys!